Hold on to your wrestling boots, because what happened in South Carolina last Saturday might have just given us a sneak peek at NXT's next blockbuster feud, and it's got all the makings of a career-defining collision that could shake up the entire wrestling landscape. MG Gomez, a seasoned sports radio veteran from San Diego, whose wrestling passion has burned bright since 1985, brings you this exclusive breakdown of what could be the most significant house show moment in recent memory. With decades of experience covering sports entertainment, Gomez offers insights that cut through the noise and deliver the authentic wrestling perspective fans crave. Picture this. House shows are essentially the testing ground where future storylines take their first breath, where wrestlers experiment with chemistry before the cameras roll for television. But here's where it gets controversial. What transpired between NXT champion Oba Femi and WWE veteran Rusev wasn't just a random encounter. It was a calculated collision that screams of bigger things to come. During Saturday's NXT house show in South Carolina, wrestling fans witnessed something special unfold during the main event's six-man tag team spectacle. The reigning NXT champion, Oba Femi, found himself standing across the ring from none other than Rusev, creating an electric atmosphere that had the crowd buzzing with anticipation. Femi had aligned himself with the chaotic duo of Hank and Tank, while Rusev commanded his own forces alongside Ethan Page and the formidable Jasper Troy. The magic truly began when Hank and Tank unleashed their signature brand of mayhem, systematically dismantling the composure of both Page and Troy with their unpredictable offensive assault. But then came the moment everyone was waiting for, the inevitable face-off between two of wrestling's most imposing powerhouses. As Femi and Rusev began circling each other like predators sizing up their prey, the entire arena seemed to hold its collective breath. Their initial lockup told a story of perfectly matched intensity, resulting in what can only be described as a beautiful stalemate that showcased both men's incredible strength and technical prowess. However, their second engagement painted a different picture entirely. Femi demonstrated his raw dominance by overpowering the former United States champion, sending Rusev crashing to the canvas with authority that left no doubt about the NXT champion's physical superiority. But here's the part most people miss. Rusev's response revealed exactly why he's considered one of WWE's most dangerous competitors. The Bulgarian brute answered Femi's show of strength with a vicious gut kick, followed by a relentless barrage of strikes that momentarily shifted the momentum. Femi, proving his championship mettle, quickly regained control by cornering Rusev and unleashing a devastating series of power shots that echoed throughout the venue. Just when it seemed Femi had seized complete control, Rusev demonstrated his veteran savvy by catching the champion with a perfectly timed boot to the face, followed by a picture-perfect dropkick that sent shockwaves through the crowd. The former United States champion then attempted to capitalize with a suplex, but Femi's incredible strength came into play as he reversed the maneuver into his own devastating suplex before strategically tagging out to preserve energy for later confrontations. And this is where the encounter reached its controversial peak. Their second collision delivered what many are calling the highlight of the entire evening. Femi showcased his devastating arsenal by executing a thunderous chokeslam that left Rusev sprawled on the canvas, a move that perfectly demonstrated why he currently sits atop NXT's mountain. As Rusev fought his way back into control, an unexpected twist occurred when Troy made the costly mistake of tagging himself into the match, a decision that would prove to be his downfall. The climax erupted into absolute chaos as all six competitors engaged in an all-out brawl that had the crowd on their feet. When the dust settled, it was Femi who stood victorious after connecting with his signature fall from grace powerbomb on the unfortunate Troy, securing the victory for his team in spectacular fashion. Now here's where things get really interesting, and frankly, where WWE's booking philosophy might be showing its hand. The timing of this encounter is absolutely no coincidence. It's strategically positioned just days before NXT's highly anticipated homecoming event at Full Sail University on September 16th, where multiple former NXT legends are expected to make their return. Could this South Carolina showdown have been a deliberate taste test for a much larger storyline? What makes this situation even more intriguing is Femi's upcoming championship defense against Ricky Saints at the No Mercy event scheduled for September 25th. Assuming the champion successfully retains his title, and let's be honest, most signs point to that outcome, a post-No Mercy confrontation with Rusev becomes not just possible, but practically inevitable. This potential clash represents everything a marquee showdown should be. It would significantly elevate Femi's championship reign while providing him with a high-profile, credible challenger who could serve as the perfect stepping stone toward an eventual main roster promotion. But here's the controversial question that's dividing the wrestling community. Is WWE making the right move by potentially fast-tracking Femi toward a main roster call-up, or should they allow his NXT championship reign to develop more organically? Some argue that rushing talented champions to the main roster has historically led to underwhelming debuts and wasted potential. The encounter between these two powerhouses was masterfully crafted to generate excitement without diminishing either competitor's credibility. A delicate balance that speaks to both men's professional expertise and the creative team's understanding of long-term storytelling. Neither Femi nor Rusev appeared weak in defeat, setting the stage for a future feud that could captivate audiences across multiple months. So here's the million-dollar question that has the wrestling world buzzing. Do you believe WWE should pull the trigger on a full Femi versus Rusev program, or would you prefer to see the NXT champion face different challenges first? And, more controversially, is Femi truly ready for the spotlight that comes with facing established main roster talent, or is this push happening too quickly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is just getting started, and your voice could influence how this story unfolds.